Welcome to the very first video of our productivity course, Productivity Ninja. In this course, the lectures will have a total of 9 hours, and we're also going to have interactive activities. So please pick up a notebook, you're going to write your notes on it, and we're going to start today's very quick video right now so you can learn how to double your productivity. Keep in mind that it is important not only that you watch this video from beginning to the end, but also that you take a look at your email. There's going to be, if you're watching this on YouTube, take a look in the description, there's going to be a link. And if you are already in our website, there is a form in which you can provide your email, and then it's going to be very clear for you how to make the best of this course. And before we start talking about the specific techniques, it is important to map the strategy, so you can have an understanding about the type of changes that you need to better focus on your work, on your study, on your personal projects, and your personal endeavors. And that is how you're going to start sparing your time to enjoy the things that truly matter in your life. My name is Seiiti Arata. You're probably familiar already with some of the coaching and trainings we have in Arata Academy. But in today's video, we are going to focus on productivity. This is Productivity Ninja. What is it and how does it work? Productivity Ninja is a video course. I am quite aware that you probably don't have a lot of free time. So the good point about this course is that you have the flexibility to go through the entire course on your own rhythm. The first thing we have to clarify is that our proposal is not that you will be working the double to double your results. That will be too easy and blatantly obvious. When you complete this course, identifying what will be the big priorities in your life, which really deserve focus, that's going to be much easier. It's going to be a natural task for you. We're going to build a shield against all types of distractions, and we're going to eliminate the time wasting and the waste of energy. So these are the actual results at the end of the course. With Productivity Ninja, you will be able to concentrate on what matters the most. It can be a promotion in your job, it can be finding a new job, a better job, it can be taking care of your friendships or relationships, spending real quality time with your family, not just being physically present, but your mind is wandering around. And that is important because productivity is a key competence today. And with more productivity, we can do anything. We can reach new professional goals. We can do some important school exam. We can start our own business. We can take care of our personal interests or hobbies. See, there are so many personal projects that we just don't get done because we say all the time that we don't have time for it. With more productivity, I can finish those books that I started and I didn't go through because I had to be doing so many chores. I can keep my house organized. I can learn how to play music, how to learn new languages. I can travel. I can enjoy my life much better. So deep down, that's what we want whenever we're talking about productivity here. This is the tool that we'll use to make the most of our life. With that being said, there is another important concept. Productivity Ninja is not a time management course. I already saw so many of these courses by myself. I took some classes with the most renowned authors in the world during the research phase for the preparation of Productivity Ninja. And logically, I'm going to share with you the best ideas from each one of these trainings and also tell you what doesn't really work, like the negative points in which one of these. And please write down in your notebook one of these conclusions, one of these ideas that we can see from the time management courses is that it is not possible to manage time because time is a constant. Everybody has 24 hours per day. Some people know how to use that time very well, but other people just lose their time with distractions and pointless conversations and relationships, eating bad food that just makes them lose energy. They are triggered by all types of strange emotions that make them do things that they will regret later. Basically, they're not actually promoting their growth, their improvement. When you see these time management courses, the instructions are generally that you buy your time manager, your schedule, and you'll be using different tags and colors to put your different activities according to different contexts and priority levels. So in these ideas about time management, you have to be reducing the number of items in your to-do list. If I have a small to-do list, let's say with 5 items, 10 items that I need to get done, I'll take a look at that and say, okay, it's quite feasible, it's quite easy, I know I can do it. But if I have a list of hundreds of items that I have to do, I will freeze a little bit because I don't know where to start. It's going to be a little bit messy, especially if things don't have context. Let me give you an example of that. If I have a list in which I'm going to have different items, such as I have to report to my boss by Wednesday, I have to make my budget by Thursday, I have to make an appointment at the dentist, I have to buy milk, I have to be writing my papers for my university. Oh, I also have to go buy a gift to go visit my cousin who just had a baby, and I have to go there to visit them. What is the problem with this type of list? Everything is super messy because, see, if I am working, I don't want to be thinking about that I have to go buy milk, if I have to buy cheese or anything like that. That's completely irrelevant because I am inside of my office. I'm not gonna stop my work to go buy milk. So that is completely irrelevant. What I need to know is that I have to finish the budget by Thursday and I have to finish the report by Wednesday. That's what I have to know. Same thing goes for other contexts, because if I am inside of the supermarket, I want to know what I have to buy. I don't want to be thinking about what type of reports I have to be writing inside of my office. It doesn't make any sense, right? And also, I don't want to be thinking at that moment about my cousin who just had a baby, because at that supermarket, I'm not going to find any gift that I will want to buy for that visit. Do you understand a little bit this concept? What we're doing here, we are organizing ourselves to avoid becoming the type of person who will constantly complain to be overwhelmed. So that's what the time management techniques will be helping you to be doing, to write down everything, and then after you write it, then you remove it from your head, and then you start to assign different contexts and different levels of priority. So anytime that I have a new idea, I'm going to write it down to my system. So imagine that I'm browsing Facebook and I see a friend of mine who just went skydiving, and I say, wow, that's so cool. That's one thing that I absolutely want to do one day. So instead of me just thinking about it, and if it's something that I really want to do one day, I will write it down on my list. And then from time to time, I will be cleaning my list. I will be processing my list. I'm going to be checking my list to identify what are the things that I want to do that particular day, that particular week, and then organize myself. For example, if I say, okay, there was this moment when I saw my friend doing this skydiving, seems very interesting, but absolutely not right now. Not this month, probably not this year. Something maybe one day for the future. So I'm going to remove that item from my to-do list because I don't want to be looking at that item every day, and I'll move it to a sub-list called things I may do one day. It's a maybe list. And by doing that, my messy list starts to become a little bit more organized. Fewer items and more relevant items. I'm going to remove everything that I'm not going to be doing right away. And I'm going to only keep the ones that are important, because these are the ones that are actionable. My goal here is to be filtering my list to have a very good to-do list. Do you understand that? Perfect. So what do I do after that? I'm going to pick all the actions that I have here in front of me, and I'm going to break them down. For example, if I have a to-do item such as write my final paper, write my thesis for my PhD, okay. That is not a to-do item because this is not a task. This is an entire project. To write your PhD thesis is a giant project with multiple smaller tasks. So I have to break it down by do my initial research in reading book A, reading book B, taking notes of book C, talking to my advisor about the initial findings, writing down the first draft, and so on and so on. And after I have all these items deconstructed, what I'm going to do, I will organize everything. So I'll be asking myself what I can do in 2 minutes or less. 2 minutes or less. I'll be checking them. Also, what are these items that can be delegated? And then I'm gonna ask this other person who's gonna help me, say, hey, this is something that I want you to be helping me, and this is what you need to get it done. So I'm basically creating a mechanism for reviewing everything, to be in charge of everything, to be sure that the outcome will be well done. And for all the items that I will do, I'm going to put them in a calendar to have very clear ideas about when these items should be finished. So if I'm going to see my cousin who just had a baby, that's something I'm going to do on the weekend. If I have that report, the report is due by Wednesday. I have to do that budget. The budget is due by Thursday. And then I'm going to be adding also a little bit of information about what is the type of a context that these activities will be done. So all PhD activities will be done when I'm in college. The work activities will be done when I am at the office. Buying milk is something that I'm going to do when I am in the market, and so on. In addition to that, there is also some stuff that I need to do together with other people. So I'm going to be discussing my paper together with my supervisor. I will be discussing the budget and my report with my boss. I'll be deciding what type of a gift we're going to buy for my cousin together with my wife. So there will be all these types of tags and meta information like deadlines and contexts and people and priorities. And you can use all these meta tags to help you to manage your list. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what I found working with thousands of different customers in Arata Academy. See, there are different types of people. The first type of people, which is a minority, is watching this video right now and say, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what are you saying? Actually, it is so obvious that I already do that, Seiiti. Contexts and people and deadlines and places. Yeah, of course, it's so simple. I already do that. If that's your case, you are a methodical person, because every day you take a look at all these lists and sublists and tags and so on, and you love to be organizing that. And that's good for you because it helps you to be structured, to have a very organized life. So, in other words, what I mean here is that when you see, if you are this type of person, when you see these ideas about time management, they are not going to help you to be more productive because you already do that. So this is not actually adding extra value to your life. Do you understand? People who are already organized, they need something else. They need to see a bigger picture so that they can make the best out of these methods. So maybe you need to realize that even though you're managing everything so well, maybe there are a few things that you can do as your morning ritual that you haven't thought about it yet, that will improve the energy and the will that you have to be taking care of all those things throughout your day. Maybe you are the type of person who knows exactly what to do, but something else is missing. Because maybe, even though you know what to do, sometimes you may feel overwhelmed, a little bit lazy, you may procrastinate. You have all the ideas very clear in your head, but what you need is a better strategy. So that's the type of person number one. There is type of person number two. Most people watching this video now are looking at all these details about the time management saying, oh my God, not only I need to have a to-do list and write down every single thing from my head, but also I need to have sublists. I have to be organizing my items according to the context, according to the place where I am, according to the deadline, according to the people. Whoa, I'm never gonna be able to do that, to be classifying things, what I have to do at the office, what I have to do at the supermarket, what I have to do when I'm stuck in a traffic jam. That's absolutely crazy. I am not going to be doing that. That's the case of most of us, because just the energy that you have to be spending, the time that you have to be spending to be organizing yourself, that's already going to make you extremely tired. And maybe you'll start to do all these ideas about time management for, 1, 2, 3 days, maybe 1 week. And then after that, if I ask you again, how's it going? And you say, well, it was too complicated. In the beginning, you may say, oh yeah, this is really good. This is really going to save my life. You may give a try. But after a while, after this initial excitement goes, maybe you will realize that it was a little bit of a bummer, that you're not using it anymore, that was actually extra work that you would rather avoid. And you may even feel a little bit of confidence saying that actually you are still doing it without putting all the tags. You're kind of doing just mentally. But honestly, what you have to admit is if you don't have this super organized, a methodical profile, to be putting extra effort to organize yourself according to these time management techniques, it's a bad idea, honestly. And I'm not saying that there are better people than other people, because maybe if you are not so methodical, probably you are a very creative person, you're a very spontaneous person, and that has a lot of value. And the methodical person is very structured, but maybe sometimes the methodical person has a little bit of more difficulty to be improvising. So basically, it's not that one type of person is better than the other, they're just different. And what I mean with all of this is that there are all different types of methodologies that we can use that could be so much better. Productivity Ninja is going to be teaching us everything about this organizational process, but in a more simple approach. A real approach that you can actually implement for a lifetime, not just when you're excited. And we're going to be explaining that this is not the type of sequence of ideas that you just use for the first few days and after a while you can't stick to it. Let me explain this a little bit more. And to explain more, I need to talk about another important concept that you can also write it down. So the first concept, that what we saw so far in this video, is that it is not possible to manage time. Now, the second concept is that we need to learn how to manage our energy. And having in mind that the number of hours per day is the same for everybody, our goal here is to understand the quality and the quantity of energy are what makes different people have different types of results. And there is a group which found a way to increase that energy in a sustainable way. And after increasing that amplified energy, they use other techniques to get even more results. And this clan is the Productivity Ninja clan. The members of our clan know something very important, that we need to take responsibility for the way we behave. The people who pay attention to their own actions will naturally have better decisions, and they'll have more energy, more results, more productivity. People who are not part of Productivity Ninja clan generally tend to blame the circumstances. They will be blaming the government, blaming their neighbors, blaming incompetent colleagues, their partners, the client, the boss, the computer software. They'll always be blaming others. They're always trying to find somebody to blame so they can feel better. And then they don't need to be changing anything in their behavior because, well, if it's always the fault of other people, if they're always blaming other people, that means they don't have to do anything about it, right? That is the reason why, in this first phase, we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be putting our focus to manage ourselves. Take a look at the difference here. It is not about managing time, because time is a constant. Time is external. I'm going to be managing myself, my own choices. Only doing that, I'll be able to have more focus, more energy. I'm going to direct my attention to use the techniques, the methods that will help me to be more productive. And then I improve my own results. The research for this course is quite extensive. I used a lot of authors for preparing this. One of them is Peter Drucker, one of the most influential authors in management of all time. And Peter Drucker says that no manager can actually manage their subordinates without managing himself first. So see, to be effective, you cannot rely only about the fact that you're smart, that you're working hard, or that you have experience. Being effective is a little bit different than that. It is something that doesn't require a natural gift. Instead, it is something pretty specific that needs training, conscious training. And you're going to be using small techniques that you're going to be learning here in Productivity Ninja for that. Are you enjoying this? So let's quickly explain some of the essential concepts that are part of our program so you know how to use and learn better with Productivity Ninja. If you have already provided your email in the opt-in form, in around 40 minutes you're going to receive a new email from us with all the details that you need to do your enrollment, your course registration. I'm quite aware that these days people have more than one email account, so make sure that you use the email that you use more, because there will be a few surprises for you, especially for the first people who open and click on the emails. The next video is going to be very cool, and you really want to be sure that you see it before everybody else. And if you think that this video was useful, well, click on like, share with your friends, because then it will help us to be inspiring more people with Productivity Ninja. And I have a question for you as well. See, if you are interested in all this, why? Why do you need to increase your productivity? In other words, what is your current big frustration about your own personal productivity? So that is the interactive activity that we have right now for you to be thinking about. And it's good that you think about your goals, your current challenges, because only after we have that awareness, then we can actually be able to identify the right solution. So please spare a little bit of time to be thinking about that, about the results that you would like to have, and that will be the activity right now. And after you provide your email address using the form, please don't make a comment on the video or anything like that, because it's not going to work. You have to put your email inside the form in our website, and in around 40 minutes you will receive the next email. And all right, my name is Seiiti Arata from Arata Academy, and I wish you the best, and I see you soon.